Madam Speaker. Just last month, we made a promise to the American people. We promised our constituents that we would fight the Obama administration's decision to give executive amnesty to many of those in this country illegally. I am pleased to announce that this week, the House will fulfill that promise and act to defund the illegal executive action. All last year, we strongly urged the President not to act alone, and the American people spoke clearly in last November's election. But the President forged ahead anyway. And now, in order to preserve our nation's long-standing system of checks and balances, to preserve the very order of our Constitution, the House will act to rein in President Obama's plans for executive amnesty. We will vote on legislation which I was proud to co-sponsor, written by my Alabama colleague, Congressman Robert Aderholt, which would prevent the President from carrying out his plans for executive amnesty. Let me be clear. This is tough legislation, which completely eliminates all funds for implementation of the President's illegal actions. The bill has the support of many leading voices in the immigration debate, including my home state Senator Jeff Sessions. Just as important, the legislation makes clear that no federal benefits can be granted to any alien as a result of the policies defunded, and also eliminates funds to consider new, renewal, or previously denied applications for executive amnesty. And the legislation doesn't just defund the President's executive action. The legislation paves the way for stronger border security by increasing funds for border agents, detention beds, and enforcement activities. In order to halt illegal immigration in this country, we must stop encouraging illegal immigration by offering amnesty and instead put more attention on actually securing our borders. I wish this legislation wasn't necessary. I wish President Obama had listened to the American people and enforced our current laws instead of continuing his my way or the highway style of governing. Instead, he moved ahead with action that clearly violates our Constitution and has poisoned the well for serious conversation on immigration reform. So, Madam Speaker, I must ask a simple question that has very serious consequences. When will it stop? When will President Obama stop issuing short-sighted executive action and instead work together with this Congress to find long-term solutions to the real issues plaguing our country? I fear that the answer to that question is not promising, given that while we were on this floor taking our oath of office, the White House was busy issuing threats. I understand that the legislative process may not be convenient for the President, but the process exists for a reason. The Congress makes the laws, and the President should enforce them. This President just doesn't get that. So this week, the House will act to rein in the President once again. We will attempt to right the scales of power and restore our constitutional system of checks and balances. We cannot and we will not sit back idly and allow the President to act alone. We promised the American people we would respond, and this week we will hold true to our word. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.